Susie, time to read your saint book.
Okay, Dad. Who's today? St. John Henry Newman? Whoa! St. John Henry Newman?
Yes,
You're real?
I'm real, and let me take you on a journey of my life. I know you must be thinking, how could this man possibly be a saint? I'm not wearing any armor. I'm not holding a sword. I don't look like I've done anything heroic. However, as I would hope to prove that God uses many different kinds of people and many different kinds of talent to achieve his work. You may notice my accent. I'm from London, England. I was born in 1801, a long time ago, 200 years ago. Unlike you, though, I was not born Catholic. I've always been a Christian. However, I was not part of any particular denomination like yourself. It wasn't until I was 15 years old that I finally decided to embrace the Church of England, the Anglican Church, which is not the same as the church that you go to. It's much different. I studied at Oxford. I enjoyed using my mind. I enjoyed studying. I enjoyed praying. I enjoyed learning as much as I could about God and being a Christian, being a good Christian. Finally, in 1825, I became an Anglican priest. I wanted to devote my life to serving God and bringing others to God. However, 20 years later, I encountered my greatest crisis. I wanted to prove, once and for all, that my church, the Anglican Church, was the most like our church fathers had envisioned. To do this, I set out to write an essay about it. But what I found, the evidence proved that I was wrong. Have you ever felt that way before? Have you ever looked for something, thinking that you knew the results already, and then you came to the conclusion and found that you were wrong? That's what happened to me. I discovered that my church, the Anglican Church, was not the most like the church fathers had envisioned. I was confused. What do I do next? I decided that the only thing I could do was to convert to the Catholic Church. So I became Catholic. And this was not an easy thing to do because many of my friends and many of my family did not support my decision. My family never converted to the Catholic Church. I was the only one. Finally, 2 years later, the Catholic Church ordained me as a priest. So I became a priest in the very same church that you celebrate Mass. I celebrated my first Mass on Corpus Christi in 1847. It was a very, very proud moment. The remainder of my life, I wanted to continue searching about God and bringing people to God. However, I was caught in the middle because I kept angering people. I angered people from the church that I left, and I angered people in the church that I embraced. I was a very controversial figure. People were divided about me, but I believed in what I was doing. This may be similar to something that you've experienced too. You believe in something so much, even though other people around you say, how can you believe that? That was the situation I found myself in. Many of my ideas and many of the things that I said were confusing to people. Took the things that I said and changed them. I didn't like that very much. But I still believed in God, and I still had faith that He was bringing me on a journey to know Him better, and He wanted me to bring the rest of mankind on that journey as well. In 1875, I was made a cardinal in the Catholic Church. Many times, a priest will become a bishop before he becomes a cardinal, but that didn't happen to me. Pope Leo XIII made me a cardinal. I died in 1890 at the age of 89, after a long life of service to God. My hope is that you will want to not just be a member of the Catholic Church. My hope is that you will want to know as much about God as you can. A dear church father, St. Jerome, said that ignorance of Scripture is ignorance of Jesus Christ. So I hope that you always embrace your faith and seek to understand it more. Thank you so much. Susie, that is my life.
Oh, I have so many questions.
Yes.
Well, first, so many people hated you for what you did. How did you deal with that?
Well, it was very stressful, as you can well imagine. However, once I realized that God is on my side, God is supporting me, I kept that in my mind always. And I remembered that I have nothing to fear. If God is supporting me, I have nothing to fear.
Wow. Thank you, Saint. Well, how about when did you become a saint? Have you always been a saint? Did you grow up a saint?
Dear me, no. I was just canonized. That means I became a saint in 2019. So not even a year ago.
Whoa! So you're new!
I am the newest saint there is.
Oh, that's so cool! Well, what's heaven like?
Heaven is a wonderful place because all I do all day long is celebrate Jesus Christ.
That's so cool! Well, how can I become a saint?
You can become a saint by following what all saints have done, by following Jesus and standing up for what you believe in, and never letting anybody change what you know in your heart is the truth. That's how you can become a saint.
Thank you.
Thank you, Susan.
Well,
Take care and God bless you.
thank you. Are you leaving?
Yes, it's time for me to go back to heaven. And you have other saints that you need to learn about now, too.
Okay. Well, say hi to God for me.
I will. And you'll see him.
Thank you. Well, can't wait to read the next saint.